I don't know why that got
Okay, we're
shut
back
off.
on.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, we sit at the island, but nothing. There was. I just keep it very personable and friendly, and they're friendly in return because, like they say, mirroring, right?
Hmm.
If they're sort of a little bit hesitant to come forth, you set the tone, right? So
Hmm.
I set the tone as I'm friendly. I don't mind you being from a different brokerage. Come on in. I do tell them that since you've stopped by mine. Let me know when you have an open house. I'd like to stop by.
Love it.
If you stop by at yours, and if we ever do, and I tell them if we ever do an open house on the same block, let's make it a little block party, and we'll
Right.
put out balloons, and I'll send my people to you. You send my people to me. I've done that before, and it
Hmm.
works really nicely. So yeah, nothing awkward at all. And now I have cards, business cards from other agents that you can't see, but I have
Yeah.
little business cards. Yeah,
So do you follow up with them? And
I
that's
do.
okay, talk about that because that's so important, guys. There's such a tremendous opportunity to be
Mhm.
able to call the agent back, start that relationship. Hey, let me know, like you said, if you've got an open house coming up or whatever. How do you guys feel about following up with agents and how many are really purposeful and deliberate with doing that?
Automatically put them in my CRM and tag them as an agent, and then I
Okay.
put a little note which open house I met them at. And if it's my first time, second time calling them, if they call me back or text me back, that's a good sign that we have a good relationship starting.
Hmm.
If they ghost me after the third try, I kind of just relax a little bit, but at least they know that I tried. And if they ever see me again at an open house, I'll make a
Hmm.
joke of it. Yeah, I texted you 3 times. It's nice to see you again. Or just make it kind of a
Okay.
funny thing. So far, they've all been women. No men have come into my open houses, which is strange, but we have a lot of active female realtors more than I see. I see way more females, more women than men.
Hmm.
So they're just out on a Sunday. I don't know. Maybe that's their free day because the kids are with the hubbies, but they come by and it's just so nice and refreshing to hear from agents from other brokerages, see their branding, see how they're doing things. One of them commented on my sign, the required sign for the open house that we have printed, and it says EXP on it. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, that's pretty cool. You put your branding on yours? I said, yeah, our brokerage offers us this printable sign and it has the branding already on it. So she says, mine doesn't have my branding, so that's a good idea. So
Okay.
that's
That's that's great. And I love that you guys, and I'm sure all of you doing it. And sometimes we get a little fearful. An agent comes in, we don't know what to say. Should I call them back? You should definitely call them back. I don't believe in talking about EXP like they asked about your sign, which is great. That's one thing that you want to be I find very careful and cautious with is don't use your open house to, as I say, vomit, throw up EXP all over them. Let them ask questions. And you can always say to them, I'm always curious. Tell me about your brokerage. Get them talking about their brokerage and shut up. Be quiet. Sit there and just listen to what they're telling you because trust me, they'll leave you clues. Then you could say, ask a question afterwards on that. Let's reverse that. How many of you, because I've got some scripts here for you, how many of you are going to open houses to meet agents, preview property? Okay, tell me about that. What's that like when you guys go? How do you handle that walking in?
In my area, I actually encourage the new agents. I'm a mentor. So
Okay.
I encourage them to go to other people's open houses. It's always easier to do a deal with somebody that you've met face to face instead of just a phone call. And I
Mhm.
also believe in supporting each other. Open houses in our area, because we have so many short-term rentals, they don't go over as well. But who wants to go through all the effort of having an open house and having nobody show up? So
Right.
the new agents, get out there and meet the other agents and see how they do things.
So open houses are gold, guys. If you are thinking about doing agent attraction and you don't know where to start, and I do this on a regular basis, I go and I visit an open house. But when I go to that open house, excuse me, it's not my mission to talk about EXP with them. My goal is to meet them, say hi, ask questions. If you walk in, so my whole thing, and I kind of talked about this on Jeans, and I've talked about it with other people. Hey, I was driving by. I'm Peggy DeLano. I'm with EXP. Just wanted to meet you and tour your open house. I go through very, very quickly. I make it a quick stop, and then I might ask a couple of questions, but I do not go in and try to back them in the corner and talk about EXP. So agents get leery when they hear EX. Listen, I was at KW and I know how it is. Any company that bases themselves on an attraction model, they've heard all this, chatter in the background from their brokers, most of which is not true, but this is not the time for you to defend. This is your opportunity to walk in and create a relationship. So walk in, go and see them, and just be curious about their house. And then you never know, they might start a conversation with you. Lisa, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so I have a question. So I mostly do land and development, have my whole career. So realty is something a little bit is different to me, but I do enough of it for friends and family. And one thing that I've been contemplating, and I think back to I've been in this business for a really long time, but we used to always have these the broker caravan, the broker tours. Do you guys remember these? Some of you
Hmm.
might have been in long enough to remember these. Um, and we definitely don't have them here in Raleigh. Like no one does them anymore. And so one of the things that I've been thinking about is getting with agents from a couple of different brokerages and starting a broker open tour, like once a week date and rotate like say this week is mine. I could pick a couple of maybe EXP
Hmm.
agents. So I'm gonna, be some agents I work with. Then the next person is KW. We go see a couple KW homes. The next one's Rio, whatever. Just kind of that, and just trying to bring this collaboration type piece to it, but also being able to see what inventory is out there. But to your point, Peggy, just building these relationships in the industry. So I don't know if anybody else has thoughts on that or ideas on
I'm
that.
going to jump in on this because I don't understand why they are not doing this all over the country. Coming from California, even in Connecticut, we did it. So in California, in Laguna Beach area, Wednesday was one day you did it in an area, Thursday another, but on let me take Thursday for you. We would all meet. It was a pizza place. They opened it up. The board was involved and everyone came, pitched their listings.
Mhm.
We had a sponsor for the breakfast, either title, mortgage, somebody, home inspector, and then we all went out on caravan. And there were lunches at the open houses, or there were giveaways at the open houses, but it was a huge collaboration. And Carlene, call me crazy, but I have been talking to Sherry and Joe about seriously starting this in Cape Coral. It is the coolest thing in the world to get people to go see other people's listings. So, is there anybody on the call where it's successful? Because I come from where they're huge success. Now, I will say, after COVID, things did slow down.
Mhm.
However, I mean, Evelyn still on this call? I don't know if she had to jump off. Evelyn's still on the call. She would do broker opens with us, and they were from 10 to 1, and just everybody hanging out, having a good time, sharing listings, sharing conversations. So, yes, yes, yes.
I love that, Peggy. And that's what I thought. I thought we'd meet for coffee in the morning, do the same kind of thing, right? Share. I love that. I'm from California too, so that's definitely where it
Yeah.
came from. But no one's doing it in Raleigh, but would love to hear if anybody else
They were
is.
doing it in Connecticut. Annie, you got your hand raised.
Yeah, so in Arizona we do them in the Phoenix Metroplex, and every city's different, and every association is different as to how they do them. So I belong to three associations, and they all do them. And the
Hmm.
the one in Scottsdale, they divide the city up by areas and they have agents that volunteer to run them. And they do. They're once a month. And they do them once a month because within Scottsdale, 250, 300,000 people, it's a lot of tours. So it's tour once a week, but it's a different area every
Hmm.
time. And I know in Payson, Steve might be able to pipe up. He goes to these, but in Payson, you'll do one city like Strawberry, or then Payson. It's a little community up in the mountains, and then they'll do a Payson. And they're sponsored by, title and
Hmm.
lenders to help pay for maybe some snacks at the end. And all of them are different. I've been to ones that they serve lunch, and one of the ones that's right in my area, they meet at a country club that gets it, to sponsor it, and they have a speaker for 30 minutes on X. It could
Right.
be it could be a lawyer, an attorney, it could be anything, and they sponsor that. I've been to one up in Cave Creek in Arizona, and oh my, it was one of the best ones. That they have sponsors that are phenomenal.
Hmm.
I mean, all the vendors are there, all of them. Like
Yeah.
name a vendor that you can think of outside the box, from electricians to landscapers to, they're all there, and volunteer organizations. It was really cool. So I highly recommend starting them, getting your vendors involved, all
Hmm.
different kinds of them, and they'll all flock in because then they're giving their cards out to all the agents. Your guy that sets up all the electrical speakers and everything in a house and making it total. You know, you get people like that come to them.
Everybody
Everybody comes
comes.
to them. If you
And
do it
it's
right, you'll get a lot of those people. And it works. It just works. And one does a free breakfast in the morning. In Cave Creek, it's a
mhm.
it's a breakfast, and you have some speakers, and then you go out and look at the homes.
That's how ours is. So on Wednesday it was San Clemente, a little crossover to Dana Point. On Thursday it was more of another town in that area. Friday was more inland. Just start with one. And it's open, like you said, Annie, to everybody. It's not like a BNI group where only one mortgage person can show up. There could be five mortgage people, three home inspectors. You've got your movers there, you've got your plumbers, you've got everybody there, your title. It brings such a community. So everybody comes, you get somebody to do the map for you, and you get up, you pitch your listing like a minute, that's it. And then you tell everybody, okay, I'm serving lunch or I'm having this menu or that menu, enticing. I love it. The other thing we do, and Dee Dee, I see your hand up, is that we had, I think it was a title company, I'm not sure, but and again, the laws in your state, we did a happy hour and people would come on a Tuesday night and pitch their listings and just a social. We wouldn't tour after that, but again, it was networking. Dee Dee.
Exactly how does that work if it's not done by an association? Do you have a you reserve rent a shuttle bus or something, and do people reserve their spots? Because if it's a
No,
sponsored breakfast,
No.
you won't have
no.
enough food. Okay.
So what like the Cave Creek one was the best one I'd ever been to. They have a local restaurant that, you come and have breakfast at, and everyone just shows up.
Hmm.
And there's no sign up. Um, and
Well,
I mean, you can do a sign up. I think in Payson, Steve, I think they have a sign up, right? I don't know. But
No, no, we don't do a sign up, but what we do is the ones that are pitching the homes, the ones that we're going to tour, those agents have to be there.
yes.
But the rest of the agents are there for networking and putting eyes on the property in case they want to show it to a client.
So we had to have a sign up because we had already the MLS or the short blurb printed out. You knew which houses were one, two, three, four, five, and then the maps were done. So within 48 hours before the day of the pitch, you signed up, you had to be there to pitch, or you had to send somebody to pitch. So that was the only required sign up. But people could just walk in and it's consistent, and there's coffee and there's a sponsored breakfast. Watson, you got your hand up.
Yeah, thank you, Peggy. You were asking me what's working. I was a little caught off guard, so I didn't really say something. One thing everybody had to agree, what's working is you. Wake
I
Up Wednesday is working every Wednesday. You wake up, it's hard. Well, it's not easy to get at 6 o'clock in the morning, but we always can come here to drink you host. Well, I just felt compelled to share something with everybody. Well, at Zoom here right now, right? Imagine 7 years ago, we had no clue. I didn't know how to use Zoom. Zoom was birthed out of some of the most challenging time in life. You look at UPS, right? It was so convenient at one time. Even the drive-thru in McDonald's, it was invented by someone when things was very difficult. I felt compelled to share with you something. If you guys allow me for a few minutes. Yesterday, I went to a lunch meeting every Tuesday. We have a Christian lunch meeting to encourage people to share the gospel and stuff. And I saw this lady, lovely young lady, a little older than me. I got to know her as a realtor, even though we were in business for 25 years. I just felt compelled. Hey, Michelle, I saw you, but I didn't get to say hi to you. How things going? She goes, Watson, I barely know you, but 6 months ago. How am I doing? Do you really want to know? Yeah, please let me know how I can help you or how things, how's business, how's family. She says she just got ripped off $2.5 million by some lover somewhere online, somewhere in overseas. Have you met him? No, he helped me make some money. Things were going well, and I transferred my money. Boom, it's gone. And she cried to me. You have no idea. I'm a widow, and I have to she was in business 25 years ago and she was an accountant before. She said, Watson, my friend offered me to go back to work for them 20 to 25 bucks an hour. You think I should do that or I should be sticking in, but I'm not making any sale. Things is tough. I go, well, Michelle, I think we got to get together. See, like I mentioned earlier, I go through a lot of training. I like to think. I like to, come with a different idea. I gone through like Craig Proctor, Joe Stum, a bunch of great coaches, and there's some great idea. But guys, you know what? We spent a lot of money, put a lot of time, go to conferences, meet with some of the top roller. We have people who making, 1 million GCI and more. But somehow people are miserable. Life is tough. And I got some idea and we can still gonna perfect it. I told her, Michelle, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get together. I'm gonna ask you how to create an MLS. She said, what do you mean MLS? See, everybody go to their little MLS to fight for their freaking, I don't know. In my MLS, we probably like about 500 listing right now. When there's a home on the market, there has to be at least, most of the time would be at least from 3 to 10 offer. The chances of getting it is so difficult. I said, Michelle, why don't you do this? Before I meet you, do me a favor. Just write down the list of 10 people. Make it five, easier for you. 5 people you think they should be likely to buy or sell on one sheet of paper. And on another sheet of paper, you write down the list of 5 property you know most likely you tried to sell in the past that got expired. Or someone you know they should be selling but they're not selling. Make the top 5, then we'll get together and talk. And I'd like to share with you what I mean by that. When I say MLS, I do not mean multiple listing service. MLS I meant for is Watson's MLS. It's my listing for sale. I don't know about you guys. Where we are, people keep saying, Watson, I'd like to buy a home, but I'm not going to buy anything that's on the market, anything that is not on the market yet. Somehow people thinking there's something that's on the market, they have the first chance to it. They can have a better deal. They don't have to compete with buyer, right? So the whole idea is to pick up the 5% most likely to sell or would like to buy. They never get a chance to do something. Get the list. I'm going to tell Michelle. That's right, Michelle, that. So what you would do, just send a quick text. Don't even call. Hey, John, by the way, has been a while. How things going? And create a conversation. Oh, then the second thing would be more likely. Oh, I know that you're looking for that home that you didn't get. Another home like that come out. Would you be interested? So the whole idea would be get John to be interested. See, most of the people here where we are, while we are predominantly Chinese market here, just about everybody will buy a home. If they don't, they have a brother or sister or neighbor or a good friend who's looking to buy. I'm sure it's applied to all of you guys, right? And on the list that is the other side of the property would be something like that. You just gotta tell this whoever it is, maybe you went to show a property to about the seller and they did not sell expire. And you had the foot in it. You can write a quick note, it's a real simple note. Say, dear homeowner, by the way, my name is such and such with, such and such company. I happen to be at your home. I am so sorry that I didn't help you to get the home sold. I have a great buyer, but somehow we move too slow or whatever reason it is, short one. Just mail it to them. Right now, we have a buyer. We'll be interested to buy this home from you. And if we can put these deals together, you don't have to pay any commission, no open house, no listing, don't have to do anything. I'll bring the buyer directly to you. Well, guess what? You are kind of like the matchmaker. We're not trying to deceive people or anything like that, but it's more like get them interested. Now, most likely the seller say, "Oh yeah, that'll be great. I would love for you to come by," and they start create conversation. At the same thing with the buyer on the buyer side, or I mean the client side, the five people side, you get the most motivated, the most ready to buy, and you try to matchmake them. They will get our business go a lot quicker. So, like I say, I'm gonna encourage everybody to do your own MLS. My goal is to get a list of 200 property that I have worked with, or I have walked into that, or I know of somebody who talk about selling but never sold. And the other thing is 100 list of buyer who would be interested. Try to communicate that way and try to think out of the box to get something going. And I think this is what the time where you and I have to rise up to do something different. This is a great opportunity for some creativity, some great idea to move our business beyond where we are now. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Watson. I love it. Get your own MLS, guys. You know what? And that's really good when you're talking to people. Ask that question. I know we all say, oh, who do you know that's buying or selling? And that sounds so scripted. But there's another way to work in. And there's an always love to call people and say, what do you need? Because if you ask them what they need, they're going to ask you how they can help you back, right, guys? People want to give, people want to share. We're at the top of the hour. This went by quickly. I love these intimate ones where we all get an opportunity to talk. So I just want to give a selfish plug. Next week, Wednesday, Jean's going to be on because we are going to be celebrating, literally celebrating 4 years of Wake Up Wednesday. And he wants to come on and pour into us. And it's pretty cool. Jean loves Willie Mays. Willie Mays' number is 24. Next Wednesday, I got chills. Next Wednesday is June 24th. And it was so random that that was the day that I picked and asked him if he could do that. So have some Willie Mays questions. Ask him about his number 24. Come prepared. Share this with everybody. You guys made this. This is what I say all the time is you guys made Wake Up Wednesday. And I just can't wait to hear from him and have him pour into all good stuff. The other thing that we learned on his call the other day is he is going to be starting twice a month to be doing his napkin presentation live. If you don't know what that is, I would Google it, go to YouTube, watch it. It's going to be huge. He's going to teach you how to do it. He's going to show up monthly, and you're going to be able to bring people on, learn that napkin presentation, and ask questions about it. So I hope everybody has a great week. I'll be flying back to Florida on Tuesday. Carlene will be neighbors again. Thank you, everyone, for consistently showing up. Have a great week, and thanks for coming. I'll see you guys.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
happy
Peggy.
Father's Day to
Father's
everybody.
Day.
That's
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Bye, Peggy. Safe
you.
travels.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
Thanks,
ya.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.